Hello and welcome back to Somo Diecast. My name is Ron. Well, we have here a 2007 Hot Wheels casting of a 1970 Dodge Challenger. Now, if you've ever been around Hot Wheels very long, you can tell by looking at it that this is virtually the same casting as the Roger Dodger. The differences, of course, being the massive motor is not sticking out of the hood, and the headers aren't coming out up the sides of the body. Those are two variations that they did the Roger Dodger in. Of course, the early one had the engine coming out of the hood with the exhaust, and coming out of the hood also on either side of the engine. And then the later version, the massive engine with the exhaust under the body. So what I'm going to do is there's also another version that they built using this casting, and it was called the Dixie Challenger. So we are going to build the Dixie Challenger using this casting. Now, there were two versions of the Dixie Challenger tampos, and those versions were, I drew these up. You have the stripes for the top of the car, or you have the rebel flag. And of course the Dixie Challenger with the 426 Hemi and the stars. Now we're going to go with the more traditional rebel flag on the top. That was the original version. So that is what we're going to build. So let's get this Dodge Challenger all blown apart and see what we have to deal with and to create our Dixie Challenger. Everybody, please stay tuned. Okay, we have our little 70 Challenger all blown apart. Two posts. I've already drilled them and tapped them. Got a little skull hanging out here on the front fender. Overall, I kind of like the paint scheme, but it's not a Dixie Challenger. The glass has a little bit of wear on it, but I think it's going to clean up just fine. And the interior is pretty much the exact same interior they used on most of them, except the Roger Dodgers. And we have our plastic base. There are some, I think, exhaust right there. Very little detail, but that's okay. It's going to get dipped in a little super clean and get the chrome off of it, and then we'll decide what we're going to do as far as chrome or silver, aluminum, whatever. And the wheels. The wheels are going to be replaced. We'll find something a little more appropriate for the Roger Dodger / Dixie Challenger. Alright, let's get all the pieces in the stripper and the super clean and get this build moved along. Everybody stay tuned. Well, we have our little 70 Challenger all cleaned up, and I've gotten rid of as many casting lines as I could and got it cleaned up, and of course wire wheeled it, filed it, and then used the little rotary Scotch-Brite pads to kind of give it a little tooth, as well as cleaning it up. Not much else we're going to do to it. We're going to go back with a enamel orange, and then after that we'll get into decals. But let's go ahead and get to paint, and we'll see how it looks from there. Everybody stay tuned. And here is a quick look back at our 2007 Hot Wheels 1970 Dodge Challenger. Let's go ahead and see how our Dixie Challenger turned out. Everybody, please stay tuned. And here is our completed Dixie Challenger. The one I've been chasing. This one is a later model, but still it qualifies. It's the correct casting, and we stripped it down, and I painted the base in using the Bright Coat Chrome, and which came out just a little bit on the not so shiny side, but that's all right. It kind of emulates a metal base, and of course we painted it the orange, and then I applied the decals I made with the battle flag and the 426 Dixie Challenger on the hood. By making them myself, I changed them up a little bit, changed the font to a font called Hemi Head, and kind of made it my own a little bit. Detailed out the tail lights, and of course cleaned up the interior, cleaned up the glass unit a little bit, dipped it in some pledge, and then refurbished a set of black wall tires, wheels, put those on, and we have a complete functional Dixie Challenger now. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and if you're not a subscriber, I hope you will, and be sure you tell your friends. Be sure you come back and check out more of my builds. We have the Diecast International Builders every month on the 5th, and I do my best to join in with the Diecast and Modelers community from the UK, and jump in on their builds when I can. Those usually fall on about the 18th of the month. And then usually at the end of the month, the Four Horsemen have their builds. And somewhere in there, the Three Blind Mice will have a build, and I try to join in those, as well as doing my own random restoration Mondays every couple of weeks, and my regular Friday build. So again, I hope you like this video, and I will see you in the next.